Coronation Street star Sidney Martin has said that the strain in Betsy Swain, DS Lisa Swain and Carla Connor relationship will become more relevant in upcoming scenes following their recent trauma. As fans of the ITV soap know, Betsy was accidentally shot by her own mum during an armed siege involving Carla's brother Rob Donovan. The incident came after she witnessed her boyfriend, Mason Radcliffe, bleeding to death after being stabbed by his own brothers at the start of the year, before being gripped by fear around convicted murderer Rob being on the loose. The latter happened the most recently as at the end of March, the convicted murderer returned to Weatherfield to have one last showdown with his sister Carla Connor. It came weeks after Rob went on the run after he escaped the hospital, having been a kidney donor for his older sibling, only with the thought of using his time in hospital to escape. He returned to the street and called on former fiancée Tracy Barlow for help. She reluctantly agreed, but soon came to regret the decision as a sick Rob refused any medical help and, threatening her with a gun, demanded Tracy get Carla to No 1 Coronation Street, where he held them hostage. Seemingly wanting this to be then end, Rob, still brandishing the gun, revealed to the underworld factory boss that his plan was to make her watch him die, so that the memories would haunt her forever. Soon, Carla's girlfriend came to her rescue as Tracy escaped. Lisa did what Rob said at first, but when he placed the gun down, she took her chances and took the weapon into her own hands. Rob wasn't taking anything lying down and made a play for the gun, resulting in a grapple between him and Lisa when the trigger was pulled and a gunshot rang out. While Rob was then quickly arrested, Lisa's horror continued as she found daughter Betsy injured in the gentle, having been hit in the upper arm by the rogue bullet, and was told later in hospital the injury could be life-changing, and she has since been suffering paralysis in one arm. It's now been revealed that next week, Betsy will lash out as she tries to get revenge on Tracy. In the cafe, Betsy rails at Tracy and then Carla for endangering her life. The teen's mum DS Lisa tries to calm her down, but Betsy storms out. Lauren finds Betsy destroying the contents of the florist van. As she tries to stop her, Tracy approaches, and in a panic Lauren sets off with Betsy in the van in the precinct. Lauren and Betsy survey the smashed-up van, and as a panicky Lauren admits that she's never passed her test, a police car pulls up nearby. Can the girls talk their way out of this? Speaking about Betsy getting revenge on Tracy, actress Sidney said, "I think it gets a bit out of hand. She wants to do something that is kind of harmless. She's seen Tracy in the morning and she pushes her over the edge." So Betsy turns up at Preston's Pedals and she sees that Tracy's there with the van and everything's open. So she just thinks she'll destroy a few flowers, pop a few balloons and annoy her back. It's a very harmless prank, but she finds herself in a situation where she goes a little too far. She's in the front of the van, and Roy comes along and says, "What are you doing? You're being stupid, calm down." And then Tracy comes out and Betsy didn't expect to see her, so she panics and calls Lauren in, who wants nothing to do with it, but has just found herself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Speaking about how Betsy feels weeks on from the shooting, Sidney shared, "It was a tricky situation for her to wrap her head around, because initially she was thinking about who is to blame, but at the forefront of her mind is that she just wants her mum to put her first and to think about her." Lisa's constantly work-focused and constantly putting herself in situations without thinking about the repercussions. So they're trying to navigate that relationship around that. Lisa went in to protect Carla, and Betsy loves and respects Carla. But at the end of the day, she's Lisa's daughter, and I just think she wants her mum to remember that. She's paralyzed in the arm, so she goes back to being a bit younger, and her mum really mummies her. And I think Betsy really enjoys that, because she's getting that one-on-one time with her mum that I think she's definitely lacked. Whereas I think Carla sees it as Betsy needs to grow up a little bit. So I think it causes a bit of a strain in the dynamic between the three of them.